Hey budgeties, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new, my name is Mo. I'm 29, working on my financial freedom journey. And if you're returning, hey friend. So in this video, I like to say, well, let me start off with, I usually say my favorite time of the month is doing a brand new month. But close second, maybe 1.5, okay? Maybe like 1A would definitely be the student loan update every month. Gotta say, especially when I know I've been putting my A game in, okay? I've been paying it off, been paying them off. And that's how I feel this month, okay? You guys, I'm so excited because I get to show you guys and see the numbers of how our debt payoff progress has been going thus far. Now, if you are new here, let's explain a couple of things, okay? Thing number one, this right here is the student loan planner. Duh, you can read, you know that. But this is what I made for me and me only. I made this back in 2020, going over like every student loan I had. And if you're like, girl, you're crazy, I am. I'm crazy, okay? And I wanted to pay these student loans off. Now, this documents each loan I ever had / have before they were consolidated. Now, this starts off with $107,683.18. But obviously, we're going to pay more than that because interest is the worst thing to mankind. So, yes, I have the student loan planner, and every loan has a name, just to trivialize it, because you know it was very intimidating for me when I first got started with my student loan plan payoff. Also, thing number two, well, before I'm going to go over every loan name. However, thing number two, I just want to say, I get the question a lot, why do you have so many student loans? Couple of reasons. One, I did go to undergrad. I actually had scholarships and grants to go to undergrad. However, I took out loans so I could live, you know, on campus, off campus, near where my college was. So that's number one. Number two, I did go to grad school. That was fully out of loans. Every year was $15,000, and my program was a year and a half. So do the math. Reason number three why I have so much is because interest. A lot of my loans accrued a lot of interest while I was still in school. And then when I got out of school, now granted, I also graduated in 2019, December. So right when I graduated, Miss Corona came about. So I think I answered most of the questions. So we're going to go through all of the actual loans that we have. So we have Jerry with 552. We have Stuart Little. We have Hello Kitty. We have Remy the Rat. They also go up. And as you can see, if they're paid off, we write that they're paid off. We have Daffy Duck, paid. Donald Duck, paid. Now let's also talk about this green from November 2022. My job has a student loan payoff plan. Not really a payoff plan, assistance, where they can give you up to $25,000. However, my job decided to give me $10,000. I'm very grateful. With that $10,000, I did have to sign a 3-year contract with my job. Is it worth it? I don't know. But they did take taxes out of that. So I only got about $8,000 and some change. So this is what all the green is, okay? Donald Duck was paid off with that assistance. Bugs Bunny with the assistance. Garfield with the assistance. I'm trying to pull it down so it doesn't hit our little tree here. Winnie the Pooh paid a little bit with the assistance, and then the rest is on moi. Kung Fu Panda paid, and Kung Fu Panda is when the interest start accruing, I think. Yes, so that was last year, September. And then Mickey Mouse is paid. That's $5,500. We paid that off at the end of last year. Minnie Mouse paid. We paid that off this year, February. And now we're on Don Leno. And I think we have $5,552.52 left because it's in pink. I try to do the colors that I got. Is this the same blue? Yes, it's the same blue. We're not going to do blue. We're going to do purple. Just so we can stay, I try to color coordinate it. Now, this is for me and then for my husband, because we're not just tracking my student loan payment. We're also now tracking my husband's, who has a substantial amount less than I do. He started off in his 30s, mid 30,000s. He has 2 loans. We call him Grinch and Popeye. Popeye started off with 31,000. Grinch was $2,999. He also had a third student loan. However, in I think 2023, we paid that off. It was like $1,200. So here we have it. let's go ahead and start off with Millennial. Now, if you don't know or notice, we basically just document every payment that we had and what the money actually went to. Okay. So we're gonna start off with, let's start off with his. Cause his is a little harder. If I'm being honest. His student loans are with Advantage. Mine is currently with Nelnet. It used to be with Great Lakes, but life be life. And so he has 2 student loans. We know how much goes to interest, and we know how much goes to principal. We also know how much goes to each one, but we don't know how much interest is taken from each one. I hope that makes some type of sense. But let's start us off. So we have 06/10/2024. So this is from our very first paycheck. If you don't know, we also get paid bi-weekly. And then my husband also gets a commission check. So 06/10, which is June 10, 2024, his bill is $300. So we put $300 towards it. However, $234.01 went to this loan here. So that's what we're going to put, 234.01. Now we know that $63.24 total went towards interest. So we're just going to take all the interest out of this loan because the other loan is a little smaller. And again, we kind of just don't know. So we're going to say 234.01. His interest payment ended up being $63.24. So we're going to subtract that. Okay, so we got 234.01 and we're going to subtract 234.01. That's not a 1. 234.01 minus 63.24. So that's 170.77. Okay, so the difference here is 170.77. Okay, these are all 7s. 170.77. Not bad. It could be nicer. Okay, so then we also have next payment on the 14th, 2024. This was, I think, our second payment, but don't quote me because that's only 4 days. Oh, and you know what? This might have been his commission check. So we do now, all payments, we just take it and we divide it by 2 unless it's the bill. So $300, that first one was his bill. So we put $550. So yes, this was actually from our first check. We put $550, we divided by 2. $275 is the actual amount. Now, remember, we're going based off of the websites. Again, his is Advantage, not a fan. However, so whenever they say it hits is when we actually do it. And I tried the hardest because I go in and I do all our payments. I try my hardest not to do them at the same time because I want to see like what the difference is amongst the 2. Now, for this one, why is it the same amount? That's crazy. But yeah, it's literally the same amount, $234.01. This is what I think they take the money from. Like this is how they do not give us. This is why I have an issue with Advantage. Okay, we really have a problem with when I try to, they ask you, hey, how much do you want to put toward each loan? We go ahead and try to put it in, and then they automatically remove it or create their own amount. So why ask me in the first place? I don't like that. So minus 14.74. So he got 219.27. Okay, 219.27. Okay, and then the next payment, now I think this one is the commission check. So that's on the 19th of June, and it was $250. However, only $236.68 went towards this loan. Okay, and then the interest on this was $18.29. 29 cents. Why is it so much more? Men not to know. 236.68, and then we're going to subtract 18.29. That's going to be 218.39. Okay, 218.39. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the remaining balance once I do all my actual payments. And then the last payment is 2024. So that's June 22nd. This payment, now we did this is our last check. We set $1,700 towards our student loans. We divided that by 2. That gave us $850 per person for him and for me. So for his, this one is the only one that actually let us divide them. I don't know. It's weird. So he actually got not $425, but his interest ended up being $10.89. $10.89. So we're gonna say 425 minus 10.89. That's 414.11 is the difference here. 414.11. Okay. So this was the balance, the remaining balance that we knew. Why did I not put it here? That's crazy. So maybe I shouldn't put it because that's making me nervous. Because why wouldn't I just not put the remaining balances here? Okay, Mo. Okay. I'm gonna put the remaining balance up on the screen of each one though, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off with the pink. I think this was the color. That might be the color, but that's not the side. Kind of, sort of. And then I'm gonna just go back to this because why did I not put this here? I don't know. So let's do that. 29,515.23. We're gonna subtract 214. So that's gonna be 29,301. That's what I'm gonna put. 29,301.23. This is May, y'all. So rock with me here. 29,301 minus 500. That's 200 minus 300 is 28,000. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't do it, because then the numbers are not adding up on this. Let's just move on. I will get to, and I will post the actual amount of what his Popeye one is, which is his unsubsidized loan. Okay, let's move on to his Grinch, which has the same payment dates because on his student loans, again, with Advantage, they do not allow us the opportunity to only pay one. Just gotta love Advantage. 224 and then 06, 22nd, 2024. So the first payment we ended up putting was $65.99. The second payment for the 14th ended up being $40.99. Literally, they choose these. Remember that, okay? The third payment ended up being $13.32. The only way we can actually go in and I think pay separately is if we have to go in and pay off. Because a lot of people have opinions about why this is so low. Because it's gonna be under. It's gonna be a low number now for sure. And then the 622, this is the one we did get to choose the amount. That was $425. I went ahead and made it where there was no interest that came from here, and I'll be able to actually give you guys a updated number, but I'm gonna wait till the end when we have our debt reduction calculator. Okay. So that's my husband's, most of his. Like I said, I'm gonna go back after the debt reduction calculator and update some things. But now we're going to get into my student loans with Don Leno. I'm very proud because really we've made a lot of progress with our payments. Like if we do really fast, because I did say I was done with his, but I'm not so much done. If we just add the numbers of what we paid towards his already without interest, okay, $65.99 plus $40.99 plus $13.32 plus $425 plus, so that's $500 on one, plus $234.01 plus $234.01 plus $236.68 and then plus $425. His alone is $16.75. I gotta write that in my notes because that's a lot of money. $16.75. That's good just for his loans alone. Now, this is the money we put towards it, okay? We understand the way interest works. I just want to show you guys what we've done. All right. So, my student loans come out same day as his. I go into mine. I go into his. So, my actual payment is only $197. Isn't that just bonkers how they charge me $197, but they charge him $300? I think it's based off of the actual PayOff plan that I have, which I have not changed because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, know the interest here. Let me go ahead and remove this because I know me. That's actually what went to the principal. So we're just going to take this. All right, so what went to the interest on this was $163.80 something cents, 85, 163.85. So the difference with my husband and I's is that I have my loans combined and I just calculate based off of like one loan at a time, regardless of what it's actually going to. I actually separated my husband's, and maybe I should have put his together. That might have made life just a little bit easier. But $197 and then $163.85. So a lot of it went to interest. It's not funny, but it is what it is. $163.85. It's $33.15. And that was what I was writing out before. The difference, which is $33.15. So we're going to take 72,000, 145.10, and we're going to subtract 33.15. That is actually $72,111. So $72,111.95. Okay. Not big of a difference, but I paid the bill. So that's what that's for. Then the next day is the 14th of the payment, and that is $275 total. What actually went to interest was 56. It's either 45 or 95, so I'm gonna say 45. So we're gonna say 275 minus, I want to make sure I can see this. Yes, 275 minus $56.45 is $218.55. Okay, $218.55. We're gonna take that number here, subtract, and that's gonna give us our next total. So minus 72,111.95. So that's 71,893. 71,893.40. Okay. The next one we have here is the 19th. Again, I know you guys are like, girl, why do you pay it so much? Why don't you just do one big lump sum? I just try to do it just to stay afloat and keep up, if I'm being honest. Just like to know exactly what money is going towards the student loan. I know a lot of people don't like it, and that's okay. That is okay. So this is $250, what was put towards $80 minus $80.89, because that's the interest. So that means the difference is only $169.11. My student loans have way more interest because I have more that I owe. Okay, so we're gonna take that number and we're gonna subtract 71,893.40. Boom. So now we're at 71,700. Okay, $71,724.29. Okay, now the next thing we have is the 22nd of June. This is the $850 payments, which ended up being what, $1,700 between my husband and myself, so that's $850. Now, what went to interest was $57.65. $57.65. Isn't that crazy? Because it's only a few days apart, but we already accrued $57.65 towards interest. Yuck. So we're gonna subtract $57.65. So that means this difference here is going to be $792.35. So we're going to take that number and we're going to subtract the $71,724.29. So here, $70,931.94. Y'all hear the excitement in my voice? Ow. Y'all see that 70,000? Woo. So you're like, okay, girl, that's it. Because that was the 10th, the 14th, the 19th, the 22nd, 10th, 14th, 19th, 22nd. Let me tell you what I did. There's an extra payment, okay? And we're going to include this in our closeout for June, but not towards my husband's. It is towards mine. We did talk about it. So I had got some advice from people. Everybody gives unsolicited advice. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. Actually, most times I don't listen. I do look into it, but if it just doesn't align with my life choices, then I don't do it. I just got to be honest. However, my husband reached 10,000 for his emergency fund goal. Clap for him. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I was already at past 12,000. Okay. We are going to re-up or sit down and chit chat what we want our new numbers to look like how much we want to move forward and keep going with our emergency fund. But I was like, I have $12,900 and something dollars, right? When it comes to my husband, he's like, I did explain to him some people's thought, like maybe you should take some of your emergency fund out and put it to your student loans. And he was like, you know what, that's a great idea. And I said, you know what, you're not wrong. So that's what I did. That's what I did. That's one thing. The other thing is I got paid from YouTube. So that's shout out to y'all for watching my content. When you guys watch the commercials or the ads, that we get a little bit of revenue from that, and that's how I get paid out from YouTube. So those two things. So let's go and look at how much we got paid from YouTube really quickly, and then I will tell you guys how much I took from my emergency fund and how that changed my numbers. That's July. It's in June. Let's see, commission. Okay, YouTube, we got 102.64. 102.64. Okay. So again, thank you guys so much for watching my content. I'm so grateful. Very much so grateful. So 102.64 is the amount that we got paid from YouTube. Okay. So 102.64. Now this number, we're gonna add how much I took from my high yield savings account with my emergency fund. So my high yield savings account with my emergency fund, I had $12,966.70. So we took out $966.70. So not plus 966.70. That's gonna be $1,069.34. Okay. Now, and this was given on the 26th of this month. So that's what we're gonna write here, $1,069.34. And again, this is from YouTube and my high yield savings account from my emergency fund. And I am gonna count it as interest. Now, because the payments were close, the interest here actually was not bad. So excited for that because this is the lowest amount of interest thus far. It ended up being only $19.08. So what we're going to do is take that $1,069.34. We're going to subtract 19.08. So that's $1,050.26. Wow. Okay, that's the difference. 1,050.26. And then our remaining balance here, because we got to take this number from that number, we're going to do 70,931 minus 94. And we're going to subtract $1,050.26. Now we have 69,000. I'm so excited. Do you guys hear that? We're not in the 70s no more. We have moved to T-Mobile, okay? $69,881.68 freaking cents. Y'all see that? Oh, I am so excited because remember, okay, this is the number we are at because started from the bottom. Now we here, okay? So let's show the bottom where we started. So let's just go ahead and do some subtractions. Oh my gosh, 107. I always press the wrong thing. 107,683.18, and we're gonna subtract. I am so freaking excited. We're gonna subtract 69,881.68. What? That is $37,801.50 freaking cents of a difference from when I started to where I'm at now. So that starts in 2021, okay? Because that's the very first payment I ever made was September 13th, 2021. Look at this. I am so freaking excited. Okay, great progress. So proud of myself, proud of my husband, because we couldn't do this alone, guys. We could not do it alone. What I'm gonna do is the payments that my husband had without like any interest was $1,675, and then I don't know why I closed this. I'm going to show you guys my payments. We're going to add his with my payments and see how much payments we've done. And then we're going to go ahead and bring out the debt calculator thingamabobber. So he had $1,675. So now we're going to add plus, this is without interest, okay? Plus 197. Then we're going to plus 275. Then we're going to plus 250. Then we're going to plus 250 again. Why? 50, 67. So then we're going to add 25 because it's 275 actually. Okay, and then we're going to plus 850. And then we're going to plus 1,069.34. That means we have put this month $4,591.34 towards our student loan debt. Our debt. I am so freaking excited. I love this for us. You guys. So grateful. Grateful for you guys watching our content. Grateful for you guys tuning in. Like, I'm excited. So now we're gonna go ahead and chit chat over our debt reduction calculator. So this is me doing like a little mini review. So for June, I did the numbers on May 30th. We had $102,374 towards our, well, left on our student loans. Obviously, our student loans are accruing interest every day, okay? Every day. So that number fluctuates daily. But at the time, this is what we had. If we were to put $2,500 toward our student loans every month, it said that we were going to be paying off our last loan by March 2028. And the interest we would have paid all combined is $10,687.87. Then I do too, okay, if you don't know, I do $2,500, $3,500, so we can be flexible because life is life and we do want to live just a little bit, okay, just a little bit. So if something's going on that month, for example, we're going out of town or whatever is happening, we're traveling, we want to make sure we actually put some money towards that. So I give us some flexibility. Now this one is $3,500. Again, same number. We're starting off with $102,374. I decided to zero them out. I didn't do that this month, you guys. I was very specific. Our payments just that we have to make are under $500 by $3. It's $497, but you can see how much interest accrues. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. Like the interest that accrues is more than what we are actually paying. So that, which is why they're in red, okay? Because they're like, yeah, that's your payment, but you're going to accrue more interest than that. Now, if we go ahead and switch over to $3,500, again, this is for June, so, or May, the end of May, which was the beginning of June. It said that we can take off some, look at that, March of 2028 and January of 2027. First of all, excited, because that's a really big difference that $1,000 makes. And then it said interest paid was $10,687, and then interest right here is $7,394. So this was at the end of May, beginning of June. Let's talk about June, baby. Let's just get into it. You guys know I like to start off with $2,500. So let's get into it. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so we can get into the nitty and the gritty of it all. Cause I love this. I do. Now, wow. Okay. Yellow wasn't meant to be because the way it just flew out of my hand was crazy. So let's start off in June. First of all, we are now at $98,496.14. We are no longer in the six figures. We are five-figure debt payers. So excited, freaking excited. You guys don't know. Like I can jump for joy because that's how excited I am. Okay. Now the difference in the numbers. So his first student loan is now $853.10. This is what I was telling you guys that I would update because that's this loan here, that $2,999. That is now $853 freaking dollars. What? I know, right? So we're just gonna put this right here. I don't know why I put 5 first. It's $853.10. Okay, now his second loan is now $27,809. Not 9 cents. My goodness. $27,809.28. Big difference. That's about a $3,000-4,000 difference. And this has paid off more than $2,000. So I know people are like, oh, you could just put some money towards that. Again, these are not my student loans. These are his student loans. We have conversations before we put money towards them. If he wants to pay it off, he can. However, Advantage does not make it easy on us, okay? They say, oh, if you're going to do a payment, you got to pay both. Isn't that crazy? Because that's like my money or his money or our money or whatever. Like, don't tell us what to do. Shoot. Anyways, so these are his totals now. $853.10, $27,809.28 freaking cents. Big, nice differences. And then mine are also a good little difference. We got about $600 difference on my second loan. It was $12,100. Now we're at $11,500. And then my first loan is now $58,285, and it was $59,970. So that last $1,000 payment that I made that came from my high yield savings account and YouTube, I put that solely towards that first student freaking loan. Okay. Now that the numbers are lower, yes, the rate of the interest are the same. However, if you do the rate with the balance, the interest actually goes down now. Okay. See, we had $523. Now we have $303.20 of interest. Okay. Previously we had 8, and now we have 104. It's not too big of a difference, but a difference is a difference, baby, because they taking our money. We had 293, now we have 285, and then we had 59.64, now we have 56.54. I 10 out of 10 recommend everybody go to Vortex 42 and check this out. So if we continue to pay $2,500 a month, okay, we would be done February 2028. Now, the progress we made and then the $2,500 payments has brought us down still 1 month. It was March 2028. Now that's February 2028. And it's still less interest because we had $10,600. Now we have $9,800. Let's get on to the nitty and the gritty. The more realistic, we probably stay within the $3,000 payment. So if we were to do what we're doing, but pay $3,500 a month, we would be done January 2027, and this one is also. So the time difference has not changed at all from the end of May to the end of June, which I don't understand. I got to be real. I do not understand, because how does it months to pay off 32? Because that was May and this is June. But still, I don't like that the months or year or the time difference hasn't changed. However, the interest still did go down. So I'm at least happy about that. A positive, listen, a win is a win, baby. A win is a win. So yeah, here we are. We're probably going to try to stay within the $3,000. Obviously, for the month of June, we put way more than $3,000, which I'm so grateful for. I thought it would make a bigger difference, but it did not for the $3,500. For the $2,500, it did go down a month if we were to pay $2,500 monthly. But this one, not so much. But the interest did go down, not even a whole $1,000, but good enough. So this is our progress. We are officially under 6 figures when it comes to paying off our student loans. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.